Epictetus, one of the most venerated Stoic philosophers, left us with immortal wisdom. It is not the events themselves that matter, but how we choose to react to them. Imagine wielding this knowledge as a shield, protecting yourself against the chaos of the world, especially when facing narcissists and challenging individuals, whether it's a boss who delights in belittling others, a family member who thrives on conflict, or anyone who seems to drain your vital energy. Stoicism offers the key. The Stoics had this secret weapon not just to survive, but to stand tall and firm in the midst of the storm. Here, it's not just about surviving challenges, but about a strategy to flourish amidst them, turning adversities into opportunities for growth and strengthening our character. Today, we're not just revisiting ancient lessons, we're adapting age-old Stoic strategies to face the giants of our days. This video serves as a guide not just to withstand, but to thrive in the company of narcissists, using Stoicism to navigate the emotional minefields they create. If you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, let's start this transformative journey together. Are you ready? Imagine turning each of their attempts to destabilize you into an opportunity for personal growth and peace. By understanding and applying these 4 key strategies, you'll not only safeguard your peace, but also develop resilience against narcissists. Minimizing the narcissist's role in your life is crucial. This means not just ignoring them in the hope they'll disappear, but reclaiming your energy to focus on what truly enriches your existence. Imagine your mind as a garden. What do you choose to water, the weeds or the flowers? Every moment spent dwelling on the actions or words of a narcissist is lost time that could be devoted to cultivating your passions, dreams, and joys. By consciously nurturing the flowers, this transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with every deliberate decision to focus on your personal development, instead of getting lost in external dramas, you pave the way to become a healthier and more vibrant being. Establishing boundaries is more than a defensive measure. It's a profound act of self-esteem. See it as setting the rules of the game, where you are both the player and the referee. You define what is acceptable in your space and what is not. If the narcissist tries to cross those lines, remind them of your boundaries calmly and assertively. This act doesn't seek conflict, but rather honors your well-being. Sometimes this means walking away from draining situations or saying no more often. It's not selfishness, it's essential. This process teaches both you and others that your peace is non-negotiable. View each narcissistic provocation and manipulation as an annoying pebble in your shoe. Irritating, yes, but it's up to you to decide whether to keep walking with the discomfort or to stop and remove the pebble. Consciously choosing to diminish their impact is not about ignoring the problem, but confronting it strategically. Seneca once said that we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. This reminds us that the discomfort of dealing with a narcissist can be exacerbated by our own fears and expectations. By recognizing this, we can choose to focus on what's within our control, our responses, and our emotional well-being. On this journey, remember that true strength doesn't come from the intensity of your actions, but from the consistency of your determination. Freeing yourself from the need to control or change the narcissist creates a vast space in your life for what truly matters. It's about investing in relationships that value you, activities that fulfill you, and personal growth that strengthens you. More than minimizing a negative influence, it's about maximizing your own potential. Your peace, happiness, and evolution are priorities, and only you have the power to protect them. Embark on this path with courage and clarity, knowing that each step is towards a more resilient and fulfilled version of yourself. Challenging someone's idealized self-image, especially a narcissist's, requires a subtle approach, almost an art of delicacy. Imagine yourself as a detective in a world where questions are your best tools. You're not there to accuse, but to uncover the truth. By asking questions like, "How did you come to that conclusion?" You're not just seeking answers, but promoting a moment of introspection, redirecting the person's attention to themselves. This process isn't about questioning their abilities or achievements, but encouraging genuine reflection, conducted with curiosity and without judgments. This practice can lead to significant revelations for both the interlocutor and you. Remembering the Stoic essence of focusing on what's within our control, we acknowledge that we can't change someone, but we can modify how we interact with that person. When a narcissist begins to display their self-admiration instead of expressing contempt or frustration, see it as an opportunity to practice patience. Such an approach doesn't mean submission, but the intelligent choice of your battles. Interacting with their stories through well-crafted questions returns the responsibility to them, allowing you not to engage in their game. It's about preserving your peace and inner fortress against their ego's assault. Maintaining detached curiosity is your shield. It's not about dimming the narcissist's shine, but about not letting that shine blind you. Gently questioning their narratives not only exposes the frailties of their inflated self-image, but also reinforces your own resilience. This method isn't a direct confrontation with their ego, but a way to navigate their illusions gracefully. In this game of diplomacy, you discover a path to tranquility. You're not merely surviving the interaction, you're enriching it, turning it into an opportunity for mutual growth. This is the true essence of wisdom, inspiring change through reflection, not opposition. The goal isn't to change the narcissist, an almost impossible task for many, but to influence how their narrative affects your world. This subtle yet powerful strategy is based on the Stoic practice of prosoph, the art of mindfulness. With this approach, every interaction becomes a chance to grow, reflect, and preserve your inner peace. You're not just protecting your tranquility, you're also guiding those lost in their fantasies. This method not only lessens their power over your emotions, but also lights a path to mutual understanding and, perhaps, self-discovery. Seeking personal growth through therapy when dealing with a narcissist can feel like we're trapped in an endless cycle of emotional turmoil. However, true transformation isn't in direct confrontation, but in redirecting our attention inward, where our authentic power resides. The decision to engage in therapy may seem modest, but it's profoundly revolutionary. It's an act of bravery to dive deep and illuminate those dark corners of ourselves that have been avoided until now. Therapy becomes the battleground where the fight isn't against someone, but in favor of our peace. Here you learn that the quest for external validation is just an illusion in the vast desert of self-doubt. Embracing therapy is unlocking a secret door to personal growth. It doesn't focus on changing others, especially a narcissist whose actions are beyond your control, but on cultivating the only ground we truly can govern, our inner world. Cicero, though not in these words, reflected on power not as the possession of everything, but in appreciating and wisely using what we have. This wisdom permeates therapy, recognizing our current challenges as temporary and illuminating the path to self-development. It's a gesture of bravery that requires confronting our vulnerabilities and turning them into strengths. It means unlearning the beliefs that have trapped us in toxic cycles and rediscovering our autonomy. Here, we redefine our story, not as narrated by others, but built on our values, passions, and joys. It's about creating a fortress of self-esteem, impervious to external forces, a symbol of our resilience and the transformative power of introspection. As we engage in therapy and self-discovery, we declare our independence from external narratives and become the architects of our destiny, sculpting an existence aligned with our deepest truths. This journey is filled with hope, serving as a guide back to our authentic, vibrant self, undiminished by the challenges faced. Through therapy, we embrace the Stoic teaching that our greatest freedom lies in choosing our responses, cultivating inner peace, and living a life that resonates with our true self. This path is a bold declaration of our ability to heal, grow, and thrive, regardless of the obstacles that arise. Now, let's explore the next strategy: protecting your mental space in the face of chaos caused by a narcissist is essential to maintain serenity. They feed on seeing you react. Losing control is giving them power. However, your true strength lies in the choice of how to respond. Marcus Aurelius taught us, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you won't be." By adopting this perspective in the face of provocations, you choose your response and maintain your peace. Picture yourself firm and unshakable like a cliff before the furious waves. They may crash against you, but they do not have the power to erode your calm. Controlling your reactions doesn't mean denying your feelings, but acknowledging them, taking a moment to ponder and deciding not to let the other have the satisfaction of seeing you disturbed. Being the calm center of a hurricane, stable while everything else is in disarray, demonstrates the potency of mastering your reactions, akin to a chess master. When confronted with a narcissist's drama, you wisely choose your moves, creating space between action and reaction. Your strength doesn't come from an immediate response, but from the contemplative pause that affirms, "I recognize your attempt, but I do not play by your rules." This pause is your fortress. The moment to gain clarity is when you decide your peace is too valuable to be destabilized by someone else's turmoil. To make this a reality, practice mindfulness and stand firm in your decision. Turn Stoic reflection not just into a habit, but a daily ritual of resisting chaos. By choosing to respond with serenity and detachment, you're not only protecting your mental space, but elevating it, proving you're the true guardian of your inner world. A liberating truth. Embracing our power involves recognizing that external chaos cannot disturb our inner calm. We explored strategies that equip us with the resilience needed to face narcissists' attempts to disrupt our peace. Like a sturdy tree in the storm, your roots are deeply anchored in self-awareness and strength, immune to the onslaught of manipulation. Your journey in search of tranquility amidst turmoil is about more than survival. It's about flourishing. By implementing these principles, you lay the groundwork for a life where your inner peace is sacred, a reflection of your growth. As we reflect on our journey, I encourage you to apply these lessons in your daily life. If these words resonated with you, show your support. Remember, the path to self-mastery is an ongoing process, but every step forward is a move toward a more resilient and peaceful existence. Toxic people are like dancing in the rain of a hurricane, a challenge that we will all inevitably encounter. But the true magic lies not in the storm, but in how we choose to dance in it. Imagine for a moment a sharp negative comment, like a blade trying to pierce your armor. Why does this criticism weigh more than a sea of compliments? It's like a stubborn stain on your favorite shirt, standing out in defiance. But here's the secret. You have the power to look at that stain and decide that it will not define the value of your shirt, let alone your day. In the depths of his meditations, Marcus Aurelius gifted us with jewels of timeless wisdom. He advises us, when facing the shadows cast by others, to dive into their souls, realizing that the adversities they bring with them speak more about their own battles than about you. It's not about ignoring criticism, but about understanding its true origin. And here, in the face of adversity, lies a golden opportunity for introspection. I challenge you to embark on an inner journey, peeling away layers of expectations and revealing the hidden truths beneath others' judgments. It's time to ask yourself, will you let someone else's shadow darken your sun? Together, let's walk the path of self-discovery, arming ourselves not only with strategies to navigate the turbulent sea of challenging personalities, but also strengthening the castle of our own value. The true armor against negativity is forged in the fire of self-awareness, the resilience of our spirit, and the ability to walk with confidence even when storms roar around us. By choosing this path, we fight not only against the poisoned arrows of toxic influences, but also sow the seeds of an inner garden where positivity and self-respect flourish. This is the ultimate challenge and the final reward, discovering the peace and power within us, capable of facing any storm with dignity and balance. Lesson 1. Encountering someone who seems to have a special talent for triggering all your buttons can be a rite of passage in the journey of life. We call these people toxic because they spread their negativity as easily as fog spreads through the air, obscuring everything around them. But imagine for a moment, what if there was a way to dissipate that fog, to navigate through it, maintaining a clear vision and a light heart? It all starts with the power of self-awareness, an internal compass that guides us through the smoke. Remember the wise words of an ancient fencing master. The essence of skill is not just in knowing how to attack, but in mastering the art of dodging. Visualize each attack from a toxic person as a blow that you skillfully deflect. You are protected not because you are immune, but because you know your limits and deeply respect them, refusing to let anyone cross them. It's not about counterattacking with anger, but about standing firm and secure in your truth. Incorporating this strategy into your daily life is more accessible than it seems. Think of it as learning to tie your shoes. It initially requires attention, but over time it flows from you naturally. When negativity knocks on your door, take a step back and ask, why does this affect me? Or, what does this teach me? These questions are not meant to justify the actions of others, but to reinforce your mind as an impregnable fortress ready to face challenges. On this path, the journey to maintain your sanity amidst the storm of others' negativity is not a fairy tale. There will be tempting moments to simply respond in kind, but remember, quick victories are empty if they take us away from our essence. Opting to respond rather than react is not the easiest path, but it is the most authentic one for you. We're talking about building an inner fortress, constructed not on arrogance, but on the solidity of quiet strength and serenity. It's not about ignoring the darkness, but rather acknowledging it without letting it guide your actions. Embrace this challenge with open arms. It will not only refine you but also strengthen you, making you, over time, an unwaveringly more resilient being. Lesson 2. When we lift our eyes to the vast night sky, we are captivated by the stars that boldly shine against the dark backdrop. These stars, full of light and warmth, are living metaphors for the people who bring light into our lives, illuminating our path with gestures of understanding and empathy. However, in the immense cosmos of our interactions, we also find black holes, whose presence seems to absorb all light and joy, leaving us adrift in their darkness. But are we destined to be consumed by this darkness? Or is there a way to move through this universe of relationships with elegance and purpose? Imagine yourself as an exploratory vessel in infinite space, propelled not by conventional fuels, but by the strength of courage and the light of wisdom. This courage, manifested in the act of forgiving, becomes your vital energy, freeing you from the gravity of grudges and allowing you to ascend beyond the shadows of past offenses. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the chains of resentment, allowing your journey to continue towards brighter horizons. However, to travel safely among the stars and black holes, more than courage is needed. A celestial map of memories and learned lessons is essential. Each interaction, each challenge faced offers us precious data, imprinting in our memory the patterns to be avoided and the trajectories to be followed. Our past experiences with toxicity are not chains, but coordinates that guide us away from dangers and towards safety. This balance between forgiveness and memory serves as our cosmic compass, guiding us through the complex web of human relations. I invite you to ponder your own space odyssey. Who are the stars that illuminate your life? And who are the black holes from which you need to steer clear? Use forgiveness as your fuel, propelling you forward, and let your memories serve as a guide, helping to avoid repeating past mistakes. In the choreography of relationships, in this grand cosmic ballet, let us aspire to be the vessel that navigates with dexterity and grace, driven by forgiveness and guided by accumulated wisdom. This is the path to a truly enriching life, where we can appreciate the beauty of the connections we cultivate and bear witness to our own capacity to overcome any shadow. In the end, it's about being able to observe the firmament of our existence and discern both the stars that guide us and the black holes from which we prudently distance ourselves, all while advancing with dignity and intention. Lesson 3. Imagine walking through a densely foggy forest where each step forward is uncertain and the clarity of the path is lost in the mist. This is a powerful metaphor for life surrounded by individuals who drain our energy, a fog of negativity that obscures our vision. But what if I told you there's a lantern capable of dissipating this fog, found not in the external world, but within ourselves? This lantern is emotional stability, a pillar of Stoicism. Stoicism offers us a powerful perspective to be like an unshakable mountain in the face of life's storms. It's not about indifference, but recognizing that we hold supreme control over how we choose to respond to challenges and the toxicity that surrounds us. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write mind over body so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. When the world around us seems to crumble, we are called to find the center of calm within us, a haven of peace amidst chaos. In moments of confrontation with negativity, we are invited to channel our inner Stoic. This means taking a pause, like finding serenity in the eye of the hurricane, allowing us to breathe, reflect, and act from a space of tranquil rationality. The key is to divert our attention from the external whirlwind to the preservation of our inner peace. How do we achieve this stability? Through the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is more than a trend or an abstract concept. It's a transformative tool that teaches us to observe our experiences from a distance without getting consumed by them. By recognizing toxicity without allowing it to disturb our peace, we understand that, like passing clouds, these turbulences too will dissipate. In the face of adversity, remember that you are the master of your tranquility. Strengthening emotional stability is not about denying emotions or avoiding challenges, but rather developing the ability to face them with balance and discernment. This allows us to confront difficulties more reflectively, preserving our integrity and inner peace. This journey towards emotional stability is an ongoing process, requiring practice and dedication. With each conscious step, we become more capable of navigating life with confidence and serenity, ready to face the storms that may arise. Fortified by Stoicism and mindfulness, we have in our hands the tools to illuminate our path through the fog, following the bright light of our emotional stability. Lesson 4. Imagine entering a universe where each interaction is a brushstroke on the canvas of your day. Some of these brushstrokes are vivid and luminous, bringing colors that celebrate the beauty of your journey. Then there are those dark, charged and tumultuous brushstrokes, the result of encounters with people who drain your energy. These moments not only stain the canvas, they have the power to alter the essence of your day, your mood, and even how you see yourself. Visualize for a moment the Stoics of antiquity. They mastered the art of governing their inner selves, facing adversities not with evasion, but by fortifying their inner walls. They deeply understood that not every opinion or negative energy deserved their engagement. What if you could face these toxic interactions with similar stoicism? It's not about erecting an impenetrable wall, but about discerning which battles are worth fighting. This selectiveness does not diminish your essence. It transforms you into the artisan of your serenity. Consider your energy as a finite resource, an oasis in the midst of the desert. Each interaction is a sip of this vital good. Would you choose to nourish someone who contributes to the flourishing of your desert, or to waste it on someone who simply lets it dry under the relentless sun? Establishing boundaries is an exercise in investing your energy wisely, not out of arrogance, but with the tranquility of knowing your worth. Communicating your boundaries calmly conveys, "This far, no further, for my peace is non-negotiable." Let's then face each new dawn as a chance to paint our masterpiece, channeling our energy where it can blossom into rich colors. Establishing boundaries is not a declaration of hostility. It's an act of self-esteem and prudence. Start now, not by excluding people from your life, but by clearly defining where your garden ends and the wild terrain begins. By doing so, watch how the landscape of your existence transforms. If this video resonates with you, share your perspective in the comments, like to spread this vision, and subscribe for more profound reflections. Lesson 5. Have you ever found yourself sharing space with someone whose presence is like a sudden storm, capable of transforming a calm day into a whirlwind of chaos? Navigating the rough waters, characterized by interactions with toxic people, challenges even the most balanced spirits. But imagine for a moment, if, instead of looking outward for solutions, we turned our attention inward, exploring energy intelligence as our essential compass. Visualize your energy as a fortification, a protective barrier akin to the ancient walls of a city, designed to safeguard your serenity and repel any form of negativity. Reflect on the power of choice that lies in your hands, just as you decide which fuel to put in your car, thereby influencing its performance and durability. You have the ability to choose how you will react and interact with those who seem to drain your vitality. Opting to respond with patience and understanding, or perhaps by not engaging at all, can become your super fuel, elevating your emotional state and ensuring a steady and stable trajectory. Understand, this path is not about avoiding confrontations. It's about arming yourself with discernment and making decisions that resonate with your personal quest for peace. Mastering this form of intelligence transcends the simple notion of self-control. It's about building around you an environment so solid that no storm can shake its foundations. Imagine yourself as a tree with deep roots in the earth, immobile, not because the winds don't reach you, but because you've learned the art of bending and swaying with them without ever breaking. This intrinsic strength and flexibility deactivate toxic energy, leaving it no choice but to dissipate or change course. I invite you now to reflect. How has your energy management been in the face of challenges? Recall those moments when you were immersed in others' negativity. What was your reaction? Did you allow their storm to darken your clear sky, or did you shine even more intensely, guiding both back to serenity? This journey is not about becoming impervious to external effects. It's about recognizing that within you lies a wellspring of strength and wisdom, always ready to face any adversity. Take a pause, take a deep breath, and reignite the awareness of the power that resides in you. From now on, how do you intend to use your energy intelligence, not just to preserve your own peace, but also to be a beacon for others? Remember, the true measure of your inner strength is not found in how you avoid the storm, but in your ability to dance in the rain. Lesson 6. When your eyes sparkle with the desire to achieve something new, whether it's improving a skill, reaching a fitness milestone, or advancing personal projects, the path appears as clear as a bright spring sky. However, almost like a twist in the plot, people or situations that seem to cloud that sky emerge, challenging our direction and commitment. It's as if a sudden gust of wind tries to divert a paper airplane from its intended course, causing frustration and sometimes doubts. Consider the story of Jordan, for example, with eyes set on the goal of launching a small online business. Jordan found themselves in the midst of a storm of skepticism from friends and family. Divergent opinions, some expressed in audible doubts, others suggesting safer routes subtly, constituted the obstacles Jordan faced, a situation not unfamiliar to many of us. Instead of engaging in unproductive debates or seeking others' approval, Jordan kept their focus on honing their skills, expanding their knowledge, and building their business, one determined step at a time. What Jordan's journey teaches us is an unbreakable faith in one's own vision and the determination not to allow the shadows of doubt to obscure our path. Here, the art of dealing with negative influences stands out, requiring notable skill. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, remind us of the importance of focusing our efforts on what is within our reach. The reality is that changing others is beyond our control, but how we react to them is well within our grasp. Imagine yourself protected by a robust mental barrier, preventing negativity from permeating and distorting your judgment or mood. Think of a raincoat in a storm. It's not that it avoids the rain, but rather it keeps you sheltered. It's this resilience we aspire to develop. So when faced with skepticism or negativity regarding your dreams or goals, be inspired by Jordan. Channel your energy not into the effort to convince skeptics, but into reinforcing your own determination. A smile, a nod, and move forward unshakably. You have goals to achieve, and no amount of negativity should occupy space in your mind without contributing positively. Embrace Stoic philosophy. Focus on your actions, value the journey, and let the disapproval of others become just background noise. Remember, this is your journey, and only you hold the helm to navigate this vast ocean. Lesson 7. From time to time, we encounter people who profoundly challenge our peace of mind, like storm clouds darkening a perfectly sunny day. It's a feeling akin to being trapped in quicksand. The more we try to maintain our composure, the more we seem to sink into the sands of frustration and irritation. This confrontation with toxic individuals is a true test of our patience and, more deeply, our stoicism. However, it's crucial to recognize that seeking support in these circumstances is not a sign of weakness, but an act of profound wisdom. Sharing your experiences and difficulties with someone who understands is like finding light at the end of a dark tunnel. A guide, an ally in the worst of times, reinforces our determination, reminding us of the strength of our own mental resilience. Imagine having by your side an experienced mentor whose advice is drawn from a life rich with experiences and overcome challenges. This kind of support can be fundamental in navigating moments of adversity with dignity and grace. To mobilize the Stoic strength that resides within each of us, it's essential to recognize the value of external perspectives and how they can offer us clarity. It teaches us to accept that although we have no control over the actions of others, we have total mastery over how we choose to react to them. Stoicism teaches us the practice of detachment and the ability to see situations from a broader perspective, akin to using the zoom-out feature on a map to discover alternative paths that may have gone unnoticed when we were too focused on the problems in front of us. By seeking support, we give ourselves the opportunity to take a break, reflect, and decide on our actions more calmly, ensuring they are in harmony with our values and ideals of tranquility. I invite you to reflect on your own experiences with challenging people. How did you handle those situations? Did you try to face them alone, relying only on your own strength? Or did you seek the guidance and support that could completely transform the dynamic? Remember, the true essence of Stoicism is not manifested in seclusion or silence in the face of suffering, but in the ability to engage with the wisdom available around us to face challenges with greater ease and understanding. Remembering the first time we encountered someone whose presence is like a dark cloud on a day of celebration is a universal experience. Many of us have felt as if we were being dragged down by another person's heavy curtain of negativity. Interestingly, the way we conduct our internal dialogue in these situations can serve both as protective armor and as a vulnerability. Visualize your mind as a fertile garden where each of your thoughts is a planted seed. Cultivating thoughts of strength and resilience can keep us firm, but by allowing doubts and fears to germinate, we let toxic weeds invade and suffocate our growth. However, this is only part of the journey. We cannot always simply distance ourselves from the source of toxicity, and this is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism shines. The core of Stoicism is not in external circumstances, but in our reaction to them. True strength, as Stoicism teaches us, lies in how we respond to challenges. Therefore, when facing someone's negative influence, it's crucial to observe the conversations we have with ourselves. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try to reflect on, "How can I grow through this experience?" This can help develop resilience, empathy, and the courage to establish and defend your boundaries. Changing the perspective is not just a play on words, it's a way to reclaim your power. Another strategy at your disposal is the powerful act of detachment. Detachment does not mean coldness or indifference, but rather a conscious choice of where to direct your energy. Imagine negative criticisms as arrows flying towards you. If your sense of self-esteem is a solid shield, those arrows will find no target. This doesn't mean you'll never feel hurt, but such wounds only have the power to affect you if you allow them. Dealing with toxic people is a challenge comparable to navigating through thick fog, where every step is uncertain and the air seems laden with tension. The most effective strategy to overcome this heavy atmosphere is to adopt a solution-focused approach, deeply rooted in Stoic teachings. This mindset not only allows us to transform challenging interactions into opportunities for growth and emotional intelligence development, but also helps us avoid such encounters becoming sources of frustration and weariness. Addressing the challenges of toxic interactions requires a dose of creativity and planning, similar to the strategy of a chess game. where it's essential to think several moves ahead without letting emotions dictate your reactions. The key is to listen actively and respond in a calm and controlled manner, a skill many admire but few master. This type of strategic creativity is essential to maintain your tranquility and avoid being sucked into someone else's emotional whirlwind. Think of yourself as a firmly rooted tree, yet flexible enough to sway with the wind without breaking in the face of others' toxicity. This image of resilience not only strengthens your character, but also provides the tools needed to face future storms with grace and determination. Now, take a moment to reflect on your own reactions to negativity. Remember, while the presence of toxic people may be beyond your control, how you choose to respond is entirely in your hands. By adopting a stoic and solution-focused perspective, you're not just avoiding the impacts of negativity, you're actively cultivating an existence marked by peace, resilience, and dignity. In the end, it's important to recognize that it's not the obstacles we encounter on our path that define us, but rather how we choose to overcome them. Choosing your battles wisely is timeless advice, especially relevant in today's world, where every interaction can seem like a minefield. Dealing with toxic people is akin to navigating a dark, unpredictable, and challenging labyrinth. Wisdom lies not in confronting every obstacle head-on, but in discerning which paths are worth following. Many conflicts are mere dead ends, consuming our energy without offering any significant reward. Acknowledging this truth can save us countless frustrations. Surprisingly, opting not to react can be the most effective strategy. Silence, in many cases, speaks louder than any response we could provide. Toxic people often seek to provoke a reaction, an indication that their words have made an impact. By choosing not to participate, you neutralize their influence. This doesn't mean ignoring the problem, but rather refusing to let it dominate your emotional state. Our energy is a valuable resource that should be invested in truly important matters. Attempting to change someone's toxic behavior through discussions or logic is a battle doomed to fail, akin to trying to extinguish a fire with gasoline. Proposing questions that prompt reflection can be a more effective method, encouraging the other party to reconsider their attitudes. However, this technique doesn't guarantee universal success, which is perfectly acceptable. The goal is not to triumph in every confrontation, but to preserve our serenity and integrity throughout the process. Empathy and patience are indispensable tools on this battlefield. Striving to understand someone else's perspective doesn't imply agreement or approval of their actions, but demonstrates strength and maturity to see beyond appearances. It's important to remember that everyone faces personal struggles, many of which we are unaware of. Patience allows us to respond with consideration rather than reacting impulsively, a sign not of weakness but of wisdom. Reflecting on past interactions with challenging individuals can reveal patterns and unnecessary battles we've engaged in. Being stoic doesn't mean being insensitive. It's about having control over one's emotions and consciously deciding where to apply our energy. Not all disputees belong to us. In the face of potential conflict, it's wise to pause, breathe, and question whether it truly deserves to compromise our peace. It's shocking how a simple discussion can quickly escalate into a heated argument, like a small spark turning into a wildfire, destroying everything in its path. But not every spark needs to turn into a fire, especially when dealing with toxic people. Understanding the concept of false cordiality can be your fire extinguisher. It's about recognizing when someone is pretending to be on your side, while silently gathering kindling to fuel the flames. Body language doesn't lie. A smile that doesn't reach the eyes or arms, crossed firmly over the chest, are telltale signs of insincerity, a subtle clue that you're dealing with hidden agendas rather than genuine concern. Pay attention to what's not being said. A voice dripping with honey but lacking warmth, or an awkward laugh that seems out of sync with the conversation, can reveal more than words ever could. These nuances of communication are like invisible threads pulling at your intuition, leading you to realize that not everything is as it seems. How someone speaks can be a mirror reflecting their true intentions, as clear as day to those who choose to see. Now, consider the patterns you notice in people's behavior. Consistent actions reveal a person's true character, like the steady beat of a drum, unchanged and reliable. On the other hand, behavior that wildly fluctuates based on who's watching is as fragile as a leaf in the wind, indicating that the show of friendship is just that, a show. It's crucial to observe these patterns, as in the realm of human interactions, consistency is king. Being able to discern the facades of false cordiality is not just about protecting yourself against toxic relationships. It's about cultivating an environment where authentic connections can flourish. It's about being a beacon of authenticity in a sea of pretense, guiding others to the shores of genuine connections. So, the next time you feel something is amiss, trust your instincts, pay attention to the signs, and remember that not every outstretched hand in friendship is worthy of a handshake. Stand firm, for the path ahead is yours and yours alone. Remember, your peace is a fortress. Safeguard it with the wisdom of Stoicism. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day. Have you ever imagined being irresistibly attractive without saying a word? In today's video, we'll explore the 10 most attractive habits inspired by Stoicism that will help you exude confidence and magnetism in silence. If you've ever felt insecure or unsure how to attract people around you naturally and authentically, this video is for you. We'll talk about how keeping calm in stressful moments and showing empathy can transform how people see you. These Stoic habits will not only increase your attractiveness, but also bring more balance and tranquility to your life. Want to stand out without saying a word? Then keep watching and discover how to incorporate these habits into your daily routine. Are you ready to become the best version of yourself and earn the admiration of everyone around you? Stay with us and see how Stoicism can be the key to an irresistible and magnetic presence. Now, if you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Have you ever met someone who simply exudes confidence and attraction without needing to say a word? This kind of magnetic presence is what we call silent attraction. But why is this so important, and how can we cultivate it? Let's explore this concept in a simple and practical way. First, silent attraction is powerful because it's authentic. When you feel comfortable in your own skin, there's no need for words, as your presence speaks for itself. People are naturally drawn to those who display security and self-sufficiency. Moreover, a calm and confident presence can work wonders in social and professional situations. At work, for example, the way you behave can influence how colleagues and superiors perceive you. Someone who remains calm under pressure and handles challenges with balance tends to be more respected and trustworthy. Instead of talking too much and appearing anxious, you show that you can handle things calmly and effectively. Another important aspect is the ability to listen. Often we are so concerned with expressing ourselves that we forget to really listen to others. Silent attraction involves being a good listener, showing empathy and understanding. This creates deeper and more meaningful connections because people feel that you really care about what they have to say. Don't forget the power of body language. An upright posture, eye contact, and controlled gestures communicate more than words. When you enter a room with a confident posture and a genuine smile, you automatically attract positive attention. People interpret these signals as indicative of a strong and approachable personality. Another point is serenity. In a world full of distractions and stress, being someone who remains calm is extremely attractive. This doesn't mean being indifferent or disinterested, but rather conveying a sense of peace and balance. This quality can be contagious, helping to create a more harmonious environment around you. Silent attraction is also linked to authenticity. When you are true to yourself, there's no need to pretend or exaggerate to gain others' approval. People are naturally drawn to those who are genuine and honest because it inspires trust. Additionally, authenticity helps build stronger and longer-lasting relationships based on mutual trust and respect. But how to cultivate this silent attraction? Start by practicing self-awareness. Understand your emotions, your strengths, and areas for improvement. Work on your self-esteem and self-acceptance so that you can feel confident in any situation. Meditation and mindfulness practices are also excellent for developing calm and mental clarity. Practicing empathy is another crucial step. Try to see things from others' perspectives and respond with understanding and compassion. This not only improves your relationships, but also helps you to be seen as someone really attractive and trustworthy. Silent attraction is not about being perfect. It's about being authentic, confident, and calm. It's about showing the world who you really are without the need for extravagant words or exaggerated actions. By cultivating these Stoic habits, you can become a magnetic presence, capable of attracting people and opportunities naturally and powerfully. Now that we understand the importance of silent attraction, let's explore how you can cultivate this magnetic presence daily. There are 10 Stoic habits that can transform how you present yourself to the world and naturally and authentically increase your attractiveness. Let's learn about these habits and discover how small changes can make a big difference. Ready to start? Let's go. Habit number 1, security. Security is the foundation of a magnetic presence. When you feel secure in who you are, this confidence radiates to everyone around you. The importance of security cannot be overstated. It not only improves how others perceive you, but also directly influences your ability to face challenges calmly and clearly. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "True happiness is enjoying the present without anxious dependence on the future." This quote highlights that security comes from living in the present and being comfortable with who we are, without excessively worrying about what's to come. Being secure means accepting your own qualities and imperfections, knowing that you are enough as you are. In daily life, practicing security can start with small actions. When preparing for a meeting or presentation, focus on your strengths and what unique things you bring to the situation. Before entering the room, take a deep breath and remember your achievements. This helps calm the mind and establish a base of confidence. Another practical example is adopting a confident posture. Keeping your spine straight, making eye contact and smiling genuinely are clear signs of security. These small changes in body language can have a big impact on how you are perceived by others, and more importantly, on how you feel. Additionally, practice self-affirmation. Every day, take a moment to reflect on your achievements and the attributes you like most about yourself. This can be done through journaling or simply mentally. Regularly recognizing your own skills and values strengthens your self-confidence and security. Security is not about never feeling fear or doubt, but about facing these emotions with courage. As Epictetus said, "It is not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of them." Face your fears, trust in your abilities, and see how this transforms your presence and attractiveness. Habit number 2, serenity. Maintaining serenity is essential to face life's challenges with balance and wisdom. Serenity allows you to handle difficult situations calmly and controlled, avoiding impulsive reactions that can worsen things. This inner calm is extremely attractive as it conveys stability and confidence. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." This quote reminds us that serenity comes from humility and the willingness to learn and grow. When we allow ourselves to be open to new perspectives, we can face challenges without being overwhelmed by stress and anxiety. To cultivate serenity daily, practice conscious breathing. When you feel stressed or overwhelmed, stop for a moment and take a few deep breaths. This helps calm the mind and reduce tension immediately. Meditation is also a powerful tool for developing serenity. Set aside a few minutes of your day to sit in silence, focusing only on your breath. This regular practice helps keep the mind calm and centered, even amid chaos. Another practical example is adopting an attitude of acceptance. Instead of fighting against things you can't control, practice accepting situations as they are. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." Keep positive and present-focused thoughts, and you will find serenity even in the most challenging situations. Cultivating serenity is a continuous process, but the benefits are immense. By practicing calm and balance, you not only improve your own quality of life, but also become a calming and attractive presence for those around you. Habit number 3, proximity. Cultivating proximity in relationships is fundamental to creating genuine and lasting connections. Proximity involves being present in body and soul, showing genuine interest in others. This quality is attractive because everyone wants to be seen and heard. Aristotle, a Greek philosopher, said, "Man is by nature a social animal." This quote reinforces the idea that human connection is essential for our well-being. Being close to someone is not just about being physically present, but emotionally available, creating a safe space for the exchange of feelings and ideas. To apply proximity in daily life, start by practicing active listening. When someone is speaking, give your full attention, avoid interrupting, and ask questions that show genuine interest. This shows that you value the other person's perspective and creates a solid foundation for the relationship. Another practical example is dedicating quality time to the important people in your life. Whether with friends, family, or co-workers, set aside moments to connect deeply, without distractions. Small gestures of care and attention can greatly strengthen emotional bonds. Cultivating proximity also means being vulnerable and authentic. Share your own experiences and feelings, allowing others to see who you really are. This creates an atmosphere of mutual trust and encourages others to open up as well. Habit number 4, patience. Patience is an essential virtue for maintaining healthy relationships and achieving long-term goals. Being patient allows you to handle frustrations and challenges calmly and rationally, avoiding impulsive reactions that can lead to regrets. Patience is attractive because it demonstrates maturity and self-control. Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly. Anything of value is done step by step." This quote reminds us that patience is crucial for building something lasting, whether in personal relationships, professional endeavors, or our own goals. In daily life, practice patience by starting with small things. If you're in a line or traffic, use this time to breathe deeply and relax instead of stressing out. See these moments as opportunities to practice calm. Another example is applying patience in your relationships. Give others space and time to express themselves and grow in their way. Avoid pressuring people to act or respond according to your immediate expectations. Cultivating patience also involves setting realistic goals and understanding that progress can be slow. Be kind to yourself and recognize that each step towards your goal is an achievement. Remember, as Seneca said, haste is the mother of failure. By practicing patience, you become a source of calm and stability for those around you, creating an atmosphere of trust and admiration. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself. And I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write, "I have the power," so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. Habit number 5, composure. Maintaining composure in difficult situations is a powerful sign of strength and maturity. Composure allows you to face challenges with a clear mind and calm heart, avoiding impulsive reactions that can worsen the situation. This quality is extremely attractive because it demonstrates self-control and confidence. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote highlights that true strength comes from within, from the ability to control our emotions and reactions, regardless of external circumstances. In daily life, practice composure by taking a moment to breathe and reflect before reacting to stressful situations. When you feel anger or frustration rising, stop for a moment and think about the best way to respond calmly and rationally. Another example is practicing mindfulness. By staying present and aware of your thoughts and emotions, you can avoid being overwhelmed by stress and anxiety. Meditation and other mindfulness practices can help develop this ability over time. Cultivating composure also involves letting go of the need for control. Understand that not everything is within your control, and that trying to manage everything can lead to unnecessary stress. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and reactions, and let go of the rest. By practicing composure, you become a source of calm and stability for those around you, creating an atmosphere of trust and admiration. This ability to stay calm and centered, even in challenging situations, is a fundamental aspect of silent attraction. Habit number 6, self-control. Self-control is the ability to manage your impulses and emotions in a balanced and conscious way. This quality is extremely attractive because it demonstrates maturity and reliability. Someone who exercises self-control is seen as trustworthy and capable of handling difficult situations with grace. Seneca said, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." This quote emphasizes that true strength comes from within, from the ability to control our emotions and actions, regardless of external circumstances. In daily life, practice self-control by setting clear boundaries for yourself. Recognize situations that can trigger impulsive reactions and plan how to handle them calmly and rationally. Another example is practicing moderation in your habits. Whether in food, drink, or any other activity, moderation is key to maintaining balance and self-control. Avoid excesses that can lead to loss of control and regrets. Cultivating self-control also involves developing a healthy relationship with your emotions. Instead of suppressing or ignoring them, acknowledge your feelings and find healthy ways to process them. This could be through journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or practicing meditation. By practicing self-control, you become a source of stability and reliability for those around you, creating an atmosphere of trust and admiration. This ability to manage your impulses and emotions, even in challenging situations, is a fundamental aspect of silent attraction. Habit number 7. Empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. This quality is extremely attractive because it demonstrates emotional intelligence and compassion. Someone who practices empathy is seen as caring and considerate, capable of creating deep and meaningful connections. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote highlights the importance of listening and understanding others before expressing our own opinions. Empathy involves putting yourself in others' shoes and seeing things from their perspective. In daily life, practice empathy by actively listening to others. Give your full attention when someone is speaking, avoid interrupting, and ask questions that show genuine interest. This shows that you value the other person's perspective and creates a solid foundation for the relationship. Another example is practicing compassion. When someone is going through a difficult time, offer support and understanding. Avoid judgment and criticism, and instead focus on being a source of comfort and encouragement. Cultivating empathy also involves being open and vulnerable. Share your own experiences and feelings, allowing others to see who you really are. This creates an atmosphere of mutual trust and encourages others to open up as well. By practicing empathy, you become a source of warmth and understanding for those around you, creating an atmosphere of trust and admiration. This ability to connect deeply with others and show genuine care is a fundamental aspect of silent attraction. Habit number 8. Gratitude. Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to cultivate a positive and attractive presence. Gratitude involves recognizing and appreciating the good things in your life, regardless of how small they may be. This quality is attractive because it demonstrates a positive outlook and a sense of contentment. Seneca said, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." This quote emphasizes that gratitude is a noble and admirable quality, capable of transforming our perspective and improving our relationships. In daily life, practice gratitude by keeping a gratitude journal. Every day, write down a few things you are grateful for. This helps shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. Another example is expressing gratitude to others. Take the time to thank those who have positively impacted your life, whether through a kind word, a thoughtful gesture, or simply by being there for you. This creates a positive cycle of appreciation and strengthens your relationships. Cultivating gratitude also involves being present and mindful. Take a moment each day to pause and appreciate the beauty around you, whether it's a beautiful sunset, a delicious meal, or a kind smile. This helps you stay grounded and connected to the present moment. By practicing gratitude, you become a source of positivity and contentment for those around you, creating an atmosphere of joy and admiration. This ability to appreciate the good things in life and share that appreciation with others is a fundamental aspect of silent attraction. Habit number 9. Humility. Humility is the quality of being humble and recognizing that we are all equal. This quality is attractive because it demonstrates a lack of arrogance and an openness to learning and growth. Someone who practices humility is seen as approachable and respectful, capable of building strong and genuine relationships. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This quote highlights that humility involves being willing to learn and grow, even if it means acknowledging our own limitations and mistakes. In daily life, practice humility by being open to feedback and criticism. Instead of becoming defensive, see it as an opportunity to learn and improve. This shows that you value others' perspectives and are committed to personal growth. Another example is recognizing the contributions of others. When someone helps you or does something positive, acknowledge and appreciate their efforts. This creates a culture of mutual respect and appreciation. Cultivating humility also involves being aware of your own strengths and weaknesses. Accept that you are not perfect and that there is always room for improvement. This mindset helps you stay grounded and focused on continuous growth. By practicing humility, you become a source of respect and admiration for those around you, creating an atmosphere of trust and collaboration. This ability to stay humble and open to learning is a fundamental aspect of silent attraction. Habit number 10. Authenticity. Authenticity is the quality of being true to yourself and others. This quality is attractive because it demonstrates honesty and integrity. Someone who practices authenticity is seen as genuine and trustworthy, capable of building deep and meaningful connections. Epictetus said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This quote highlights that authenticity involves knowing yourself and being true to who you are, without pretending to be someone else. In daily life, practice authenticity by being honest and transparent in your interactions. Avoid trying to impress others or pretending to be something you're not. Instead, focus on being yourself and expressing your true thoughts and feelings. This creates a strong foundation for genuine relationships. Another example is staying true to your values and principles. Make decisions based on what you believe is right, even if it's not the easiest or most popular choice. This demonstrates integrity and builds trust with others. Cultivating authenticity also involves accepting and embracing your unique qualities and imperfections. Recognize that you are enough just as you are, and that your true self is worthy of love and respect. By practicing authenticity, you become a source of trust and admiration for those around you, creating an atmosphere of honesty and integrity. This ability to be true to yourself and others is a fundamental aspect of silent attraction. Now that we've explored these 10 Stoic habits, it's time to put them into practice. Remember, silent attraction is not about being perfect, but about being authentic, confident, and calm. By cultivating these habits, you can become a magnetic presence, capable of attracting people and opportunities naturally and powerfully. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day.